2. Got bored, so I'm doing this shit again.
Ideas from ever being spoken, it actually delays progression and future discoveries from being made. Like, these theories I talk about exist. As much as I'd love to take credit for them, I didn't make them up. I do research from articles, books, posts, other videos, podcasts, documentaries.
Okay, I don't know if I addressed this in the first video, but you're doing some shitty research if you can't easily find that most of the shit you talk about has been disproven. Dude, do better research then. And it, during what he was saying, I think I heard something about, let me just listen to it again, I forgot.
Silence these fringe ideas from ever being spoken.
Yes. So, the thing is nobody is trying to silence, nobody is trying to silence new theories. But you can't expect to just say something with absolutely no proof, and also proof exists that disproves exactly what you're saying, and expect not to get called out. What fucking Philip is doing here, and I did address this in the first part, is he is basically saying, yeah, you're welcome to go out and find the proof yourself, but if you find proof that disproves me, you're not allowed to say that I'm wrong, is basically what he's saying. He is basically saying, yeah, do your own research. I do my own research too. But if you find that I'm wrong, it's a real shit-ass move if you blow up my spot, bro. Like, dude. The basis of science is proving each other wrong. Basically, you're asking to be able to do all of the proving wrong, but you're saying that people aren't allowed to do that to you as well. That's basically what you're saying. It's hypocritical. Incredibly hypocritical.
It actually delays progression and future discoveries from being made. Like, these theories I talk about exist. As much as I'd love to take credit for them, I didn't make them up. I do research from articles, books, posts, other videos, podcasts, documentaries, and so on. Find theories that I think are interesting and blow my mind and present them in a way that's quick and fun to listen.
Oh, well, I guess we got an ad. Oh, or maybe not. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Yes, you present them in a way that's quick and fun to listen to, but you're also presenting them as if you're an authority figure on these topics. And you're also presenting them as true, even though you have absolutely no evidence, and most of the evidence that's out there disproves what you are saying. I wouldn't have a problem with it. Milo wouldn't have a problem with it if you presented this stuff while saying, oh yeah, I don't know if it's true, but this is amazing stuff. No one would be faulting you for that. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you're falling victim to other people's bullshit. But at least you're not peddling it. You're just saying, hey, look at this. This is what I found. Not, hey, look at this. This is reality. Like, dude. No one would have a problem if you were doing what you are actually describing in this video. Nobody would have a problem with that. What we have a problem with is that you keep presenting it as fact when you can so easily be proven wrong, and then you call foul when people go, oh yeah, this guy's talking bullshit, because you don't like that you are getting a taste of your own medicine.
silence these fringe ideas from ever being spoken, it actually delays progression and future discoveries from being made. Like, these theories I talk about exist. As much as I'd love to take credit for them,
Was that what happened? Did it fucking rewind the video?
My famous Stardust video, which I love that theory, by the way. I shit you not, took me less than 5 minutes to research, and then I just kind of spoke what I learned about. Done. Nothing wrong with that, it's just how it went. Other videos of a similar length, but a more controversial nature, say my long-lost 8th Continent of Mew video, took a minimum of about 2 hours just to research and script. There's this strange notion out there that conspiracy videos are cheap and easy to make and are guaranteed a lot of views because you could just come up with any random bullshit and it sticks. That's just...
Yeah. That's exactly true. I'm sorry, Philip, but you keep going on and on about how you do research. But dude, Milo multiple times in his video has stated that all it took was one fucking Google search to disprove what you were saying. And I have had the same experience when debunking fucking flat earthers and young earth creationists. It really doesn't take more than like 10 Google searches to disprove any of the talking points that these absolute nutcases present. And that is the issue here, because it's so easy to disprove. It's so clearly false, but you're presenting it as fact anyway.
Not true. I don't come up with the majority of these theories myself, and finding information on them usually takes a bit of deep digging. Much deeper than I'd have to do for like a regular space video, which would require nothing more than a surface level Google.
Yeah, so I have a feeling that his idea of research is him going around on the internet searching for the things that he wants to look for and seeing how similar they are and just going, alright, that's good enough. That's not research. It just isn't.
Google search. Speaking of Google, how about those debunkers? Honestly...
Oh man, he goes on and on about how you should do your own research. And then he pulls this shit. He goes on and on about how you should do your own research. I do my own research. And then he turns around and goes, but don't be a Google debunker. Like, dude, you are directly encouraging people not to do research with that shit.
Google debunkers, I love that that phrase is growing the way it is, and I also think it's fucking hilarious, so please, everyone keep using it, it's great. I came up with it after realizing how much in-depth research conspiracy videos really do take, and how much reading between the lines and logical deduction is sometimes...
Yeah, reading between the lines, I'm pretty sure what that means, and I'm reading between the lines here, I'm pretty sure what that means is that he just pulls a conclusion out of his ass and says, hey, if you pay really close attention, you can see that this complete bullshit is real. Now, I have no evidence for that. But if he actually did research on these topics, it would not be hard to find that it's not true.
Required. A Google debunker is someone who blindly accepts what the news, academics, the government, people in positions of authority and power...
Okay. So, this is, I feel like it's a direct attack on me. He's not... I don't think he even knows who I am, but this is what I do. This is what I do. I go on Google, I find reputable sources, and I use those reputable sources as proof. Now, the thing is that to say that they are not reputable sources, you would need evidence of that. You would need evidence to disprove that these sources are credible. Because the National Institute of Health, that's a reputable source. We know this because of like the information they've put out in the past. We know it to be true. Now, could there be a couple fake things in there? Absolutely. But you'd have to actively disprove those things to call them false. And this is where the burden of proof issue arises, because we need to figure out who the burden of proof is on. And the thing is that the National Institute of Health, like the government institutions, well-known universities, well-known scientists, the thing is that they have presented proof. You have not. They have presented proof. Now you have to present proof that what they're saying is not true. You can't just go, oh, well, it's a conspiracy. Where's your proof for this conspiracy? Where is your proof that all these people are just out to pull the wool over your eyes? Where is your proof of that?
Power say as the ultimate unquestionable truth of reality, and outsider opinions are meaningless and need to be silenced. Someone will spend hours or maybe even days outsider opinions are meaningless and need.
Is that Joe Rogan? I can't tell. I can't tell. Looks very similar to Joe Rogan. Give me a second. I'm gonna be real embarrassed if that's not Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan picture. Isn't that Joe Rogan? He looks really short. Is Joe Rogan short? He looks really short in this picture. Yeah, that's Joe Rogan. Why are you putting out a picture of Joe Rogan when you were talking about who is a valid source? Because Joe Rogan is well known for just letting anybody on his podcast to say whatever the fuck they want. Oh, CurseForge, get that over here. Come on, don't do this right now. Joe Rogan is well known for doing this weird bullshit where he lets anybody onto his podcast to say whatever they want without fact-checking them at all. And you're going and you're saying you're saying what? You're saying that the government institutions, well-known colleges, and well-known scientists are not like good sources? Who is a good source if those aren't good sources? What research did you do? Who did you trust to get to the conclusions you've gotten to?
Need to be silenced. Someone will spend hours or maybe even days researching a certain fringe topic that a debunker will do a 5-second Google search for, clicking the first, Reuters link that pops up, debunking the conspiracy that...
Okay, so it is very important to choose the sources that you cite. Because if the sources that you cite are not, like, reputable sources, you can end up spreading misinformation. And the fact that he is not trusting, government institutions, well-known colleges, or any authority figures makes me think that he's scraping from the bottom of the barrel fucking bullshit articles. What are your sources, Philip? Because I'd be very, very curious to see what your sources are.
Mr. Tinfoil Hat spent days looking into. That is a Google debunker, because I suspect there may be a chance that a $1 trillion search engine that basically directs the thoughts of the entire civilized world might have certain people in key positions of power with deep pockets influencing what sort of info is shown to.
Okay. Yes, it is possible that Google is being used to shape the public's mindset. But that doesn't change the fact that you can individually see the, like, how reputable each of the sources that come up are. Yes, Google shows you the sources, but you can check to see if the sources brought up are reputable sources. You need to understand that. Google just suggests. That's what Google does. It doesn't force you. In fact, if you scroll far enough, you can find whatever the fuck you want. As long as you search for it, well, even if you don't search for it, like, you'd be scrolling for years, but, you know, like, as long as you give a good search with good keywords, you will find what you're looking for, as long as it exists.
To the masses. But don't worry, that's just a conspiracy, right? And on the other end of the spectrum,
Yeah, it is a conspiracy. Notice how I didn't talk about how you need proof, Philip. I did that because I am not entirely sure if the results that I get are hand-picked. I'm not sure, which is why I didn't refute that. What I did refute is that you're acting like Google is the end-all be-all, where whatever Google shows you, you have to go with. Like, yeah, all of my results are from Google, but you'll notice that in all of my videos, I scroll. I scroll to find reputable sources.
we have the far-gone tinfoil hat conspiracists who blindly believe every conspiracy they hear as the 100%.
You'll also notice that when I search about specific topics that creationists like to talk about, you'll notice that most of the top results are from creationist organizations. And you'll notice that I skip past them because I've known for a while now that they like to just pawn off all of their really poorly done experiments as real facts. The reason why I skip them is because I know their reputation of not doing it properly.
Truth, and in my opinion are just as bad. Although many people may disagree, I don't claim to be either, which is why I talk about both factual scientific topics and controversial mysterious theories. Some people only like the science stuff, others, like me, enjoy both.
I'd also like to point out the fucking ratio again. Let's just real quick, let's just go over to Philip's channel. And this is the first Filip Zieba debunked. I am not sponsored by these people. Get these fucks out of here. 4 months ago. Now, Philip's videos. Let's go down to past 4 months ago. So, around here. Let's go to 5. Let's go to 5. 5 months ago. How the media controls real-life NPCs. 10 actual what the fuck facts about Giza. I have a feeling that this is littered with bullshit as well. Antarctica's ancient ruin cover-up. Biggest tsunami ever with explanation. How to make a black hole. 1 potato battery versus, what is that, 1 trillion? 100,000 million billion trillion. That's 3 in a row. But you've got 3 in a row conspiracy, ice wall, UFO memory metal, why time gets faster as you age, 8 crazy planets in our galaxy, entire history of the Doomsday Clock. Can't believe this AI robot is real. Rating countries' emergency alarms. Counted past infinity. That's not a thing. There's no such thing as past infinity. Kardashev scale explained in plain English. Classified CIA book. How they moved Easter Island statues. So this is about 50-50. This is about 50-50. But you'll notice that after 4 months, before 4 months, you're in a simulation, biggest bombs in history, now versus before, 7 ancient wonders of the world, 5 worst races on Earth. That's touchy, very touchy title. Maybe change that to not to maybe avoid misunderstandings. CIA declassified bullshit. 7 conspiracy theories, or 5 conspiracy theories. Infinite library that has everything. Why gravity or any theory can never be 100% true. There's something faster than light. All of this. There's nothing faster than light. That's bullshit. So you'll notice that after 4 months, around 4 months, most of these are actually science-based. Whereas back here, it's about 50-50. And if he really thinks that it takes 5 minutes to do any of these science videos, I have a feeling that it's very shoddy, just facts, very shoddy facts that he puts into those videos. I mentioned before that there are no dates here, which is really annoying. But yeah. I would go into depth with these, because I have a feeling that the ratio of bullshit to real is tilted a lot further towards bullshit.
And others absolutely despise thought-provoking conspiracies, and there's nothing wrong with that. But does that mean
We don't despise thought-provoking things. We despise the conspiracies. Because they're absolutely unfounded.
we should silence and censor those ideas from ever being spoken? Of course
No, but there should actually be people fact-checking it, which you seem to be very much so against.
not. You can dislike the video, comment saying you don't like it or that I'm stupid, or even make a 3-hour feature debunking it with evidence.
He sounds really salty in this part. And the thing is that he's saying, oh yeah, you can do all those things, but throughout this entire video, he has been going on and on about, well, you shouldn't do that.
In fact, I support that, as it is the basis of free
Bullshit! Dude, through this whole video, you've been ping-ponging from do your own research, prove me wrong, to don't do your own research, don't prove me wrong. You've been ping-ponging between these two things every step of the way. What you're definitively saying is do your own research, prove me wrong, but everything else you say, it's just hinting at the fact that you don't want that to happen. Like, dude, pick one. Pick one and stick with it.
speech. What I do have a problem with is shaming anyone who openly discuss these ideas, influencing their
We're not shaming you. Nobody is shaming you. Nobody is shaming you for saying these things, is what I should say. Nobody is shaming you for saying these things. What we're shaming you for is positing them as fact, without any evidence. Dude, this is annoying.
audience into calling those people to stop talking about these ideas and strong-arming them into self-censorship because you don't agree with them. Like, genuinely.
It's not because we don't agree with you, Philip. Philip, you are running face first into the point and missing it. Nobody is trying to censor you, Philip. Nobody is telling you to get off the internet. Milo was very clear about that. Nobody is trying to shame you for believing in these things. We're shaming you for going out and lying to people. Okay, maybe lying is the wrong word if you do truly believe in these things. We're shaming you for positing them as fact because you have no evidence for them being fact.
What's the suggestion here? That crazy theories, even ones as insane as flat Earth, should be fully silenced and prohibited?
God, I swear, every one of the videos that I react to and debunk, every single time, the main point of contention is a false equivalency that the other side makes. And then they cry foul because of this false equivalency that they've made up. It's not the case. Nobody is shaming you for saying these things. We're shaming you for acting like an authority figure on them. Nobody is shaming people for believing in young Earth. We're shaming them because they're forcing their beliefs on everybody else. Nobody is shaming you if you believe in flat Earth. Maybe a little bit. Maybe we'll have a little bit of a chuckle at it. But nobody is shaming you for believing in these things. We're shaming you for trying to force it on other people. Don't do that. Nobody cares if you believe this shit and you talk about it on your YouTube channel. But Philip here is actively discouraging the the trust in science. He is actively demolishing trust in science just because of unfounded theories. That is the issue here, Philip. I don't care if you keep doing your videos. Just don't talk as if you're an authority figure on them. That's all I care about, Philip. And maybe don't be so hard on the twink archaeologist. We love him. We love him. He's like family. He's such a smart ass, and I love it. Maybe don't be so hard on him. He's great. He's a great person. But Philip, you can't go out of your way to say, do your own research, prove me wrong, and then every step of the way, shame people for doing their own research and proving you wrong. You are actively discouraging people from engaging in the scientific method and peer review. Don't do that, Philip. Just don't do it.
From ever being discussed to any capacity. And listen, these conspiracies and mysteries exist and will continue to exist on the beautiful and free-thinking tool we have as the internet. Unless...
Well, of course, we're never gonna be able to fully prove pretty much anything. Because at the end of the day, there's always going to be pieces of the puzzle missing. There's always going to be pieces of the puzzle missing. But that's also no reason to say that we have no puzzle pieces at all. Because we do.
As governments and big tech get more and more involved, suppressing certain thoughts from being discussed online, which I sincerely...
Okay. Your hostility is misplaced on this topic. Your hostility is misplaced, at least in the U.S. At least in the U.S. Because I guarantee you the people who are actively censoring people in the U.S. is not the government. Like, yeah, there's government cover-ups, I'm sure, but most of your problem is the fucking corporations. Most of your problem is that literally YouTube alone, the company, has the power to censor literally everything on YouTube without any repercussions. And I guarantee you, the reason why they're not suppressing you, Philip, is because you spreading misinformation and pointing the blame where it doesn't belong is actually helping them. That's what I hate about all of these. There's not really one group that I can say this about, but there's always a bunch of people in every group who point the blame where it doesn't belong. And that's a big, very, very big issue. They point the blame where it doesn't belong. And then everyone who gets the faulty blame put on them gets angry, and then those two, sides start fighting, and then the people who deserved the blame in the first place get to just watch it happen and fan the flames. That is the big issue in America right now, is that people are pointing blame to where it doesn't belong, and they just keep doing it, and it fans the flames, and then the people who deserve it never get punished. That's what's so frustrating about the U.S. right now. Because I guarantee you, both sides of the political spectrum are at fault here, and they're doing shit behind our backs that gets completely ignored because everybody's busy picking sides and fucking wailing on the other side that they didn't pick. So for once, can I please just have peace? And can I please just have faith in humanity to just actually see justice done to the right entity? I didn't expect to be ending this video so short. Or maybe it's not short. I have no idea. I have no way of checking how long these videos go on. Oh, is it down there? Oh shit, there's tiny writing in the bottom corner of OBS. It says this is going on for 30 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna end it here. We got 4 minutes of this dumbass video. Oh man.